experience?
Boni is recovering. He had a horrible experience together with Agather Atuhaire of a human rights defender and lawyer from Tanzania.
From Uganda.
From Uganda. They were held for 3 days of maximum torture. Bound like animals and tortured. And he says he could hear the officers shouting at Agatha next door, even threatening rape. We haven't spoken to Agatha, but I know that, like Boni, she's injured. Yeah, Boni has spent 1 night in hospital. He's still in hospital. He's unwell. The swelling on his feet is, beginning to reduce. Today he looks better than yesterday. But you can imagine torture to the extent that you cannot walk, you cannot stand on your own. You have to be assisted. He had to be taken to the aircraft with a wheelchair. And the same when he reached Nairobi. Yeah.
So when let's say, now Boni is a Kenyan citizen.
Yeah.
When a Kenyan citizen gets tortured in a country like Tanzania, because fine, it's a foreign country, but it's a country that's
within
our
the
immediate.
Jumuiya, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are the possible scenarios of what next?
In every situation, the passport we hold, and you can check your passport, is in the name of your country. And all foreign countries are asked to receive you in the name of your country. Therefore, it was very astounding to hear Musalia Mudavadi talk like somebody totally ignorant of procedures, immigration and foreign relations. When your national is held, even if it were for a criminal offense, you first inquire about their welfare. And if it's not for a criminal offense, you ask why. And you get assurance they are going to be treated in a humane manner. It is like the way he spoke while on Citizen. I have no doubt that Kenya government was complicit in the torture of Boniface Mwangi. They must have known that something is going on and they let it happen. Why do they pretend to write a letter the day he is released? Obviously, they said they were communicating. We thought he was at immigration being deported when Mudavadi was talking. Mudavadi knew more. He said, no, he's not at immigration. He's with the Tanzanian police near the airport. What were they doing? Interrogating him for what? By then, Mudavadi should have known if there is any crime Boniface is charged with. They have not charged him with anything because there was nothing to charge him for. He had entered lawfully. He had been allowed to enter. But just because he tweeted something while at the hotel, they went to the hotel to search, to arrest him, to demand for his phone, for his computer. And when they could not find him, they held him and tortured him. That's the Tanzania you have, which we say is not the Tanzania of Mwalimu Julius Nyerere, who used to welcome all people struggling against oppression. Tanzania was the leading nation in supporting freedom struggles, whether it's for Namibia, for South Africa, for Mozambique, name it. Tanzania was number one in giving a safe haven. Even as students, during our years, anybody expelled from the University of Nairobi for being outspoken, they were being received in Dar and given education, Mukisa Kitui, and many others. When James Orengo was being persecuted by the KANU regime as an MP, he fled to Tanzania. Tanzania was the home of the oppressed, where they were welcomed in warmth.